Good evening, everybody. September 18th, 2021. It is the weekend. We have weekend action going on Bitcoin here. Low liquidity equals moves that are not necessarily reliable. So we were looking for this zone here to hold over the past few days. It did, and we had a very nice reaction off of it. This move down that we saw today pretty much rules out an impulse up that would have taken us potentially higher than this zone. So it looks like the path up for 5 is going to be overlapping and choppy, which is not necessarily unexpected for this move to end on a choppy kind of ending diagonal. It still certainly could extend. So there's a couple of things that we can look at here. First off, we can look at a fib extension. Let's assume that's the bottom already. I don't know if it is or not, but let's assume that it is right there at 47.6 that it came down to. This would project upwards here for just an ABC up to like 48.9 to 50,200. But it doesn't really make sense for us to get a 3-wave move here to end. Because really this, has been giving us 5 waves every step of the way, so you really don't see a 3-wave move to end it. So I don't think that's what we're going to see. I think more likely maybe we only hit, shallowly here at like 49,240, something like that. Here's wave 3, and then we get another dip down for 4, and then finally a move up for a 5 somewhere, a little higher into this box. And this is going to look very much like a rising wedge, which makes sense for an ending diagonal, which will then break down for the second wave of this move. So here's wave 1, and then wave 2 after that move finishes off. So that would make sense, and that would fulfill the requirements that we need to see to call this move complete. We can also look at potentially this kind of first move down here that we had all day Saturday as an A wave, the little pump right after open as the B wave, and then our C wave should have ended or should end anywhere in this region here. So we did just spike into that. It still could press lower into this region without too much of an issue, down to about 47K. I would think it should hold above this low that we struck. So I think I'm going to go ahead and move my stops up. I think we should probably move them up to below this wick here. Because these highs surpassed these highs here, there's really only 2 possibilities. And like I said, those possibilities are either that we're getting this ending diagonal here like so, something along those lines, or the other possibility that I hope is not the case is that we actually finished wave 5 here and basically didn't hit this ideal location. Now, if you remember, the typical range for wave 5 to hit when you've got your 1-2 down here like this is the 1764 to the 20. So technically it did hit that. The only reason I extended this upwards is because the third extended. It went to the 1764 instead of the 1618, and so 5 should also extend. But it is possible that we truncated here this 5th wave and we are done with that pump and now in the second wave down. But I do not view that as my primary scenario at the moment. The only way that becomes kind of confirmed, in my opinion, is by breaking below these lows, and therefore I'm going to put my stop below that wick there. And just, my stop was down here before, so basically moving my stop up here instead just kind of minimizes my losses if this does come down and fail on us here before reaching the ideal zone and our take profit zone. But for the moment, I'm just going to keep this green box on here as kind of our micro support for, like I said, that potential of a 5-wave ending diagonal. That's going to be kind of choppy over the next few days here and just kind of grind us up into this area. And we'll see how that continues to play out. So that's kind of my primary scenario in that course there of making a diagonal of some sort. All right, I think that is pretty much it. I'll go ahead and include those levels that I'm looking at in the write-up here. And we'll see what overnight action and Sunday action tomorrow brings for us. All right, good night, everybody.